Managing your energy is more important than managing your time, and here's how to do it. Welcome back to the Twin Win, the only live stream on the internet that helps you get the twin win of succeeding in business while winning at home so that you can stop existing and start living. Today, I am going to be talking about how you can manage your energy and why that's more important than managing your time. Uh, if you're joining me live, give me a hashtag live on down in the comments. And if you're joining me on replay, give me a hashtag replay. Today, I want to talk to you about something that came to my mind a couple days ago. I was talking to a new friend of mine, and I mentioned to her about ultradian rhythms. Now, before you shut off, stick with me for a second. And she says, I've never heard of that. And I said, well, have you heard of a circadian rhythm? And she said, yeah. And I said, well, circadian rhythm is a 24-hour rhythm, and an ultradian rhythm is actually a 90-minute cycle. And really, ultradian rhythms is you have peak energy for about 90 minutes, and then you cycle off, or you have lower energy for about 20 to 30 minutes. And she said, oh my gosh, this is exactly, I sit there at my computer, I work, but it's like almost every 90 minutes, I start feeling like I'm dazing off, I'm not focused, and I'm struggling. I said, well, that's an ultradian rhythm right there. And so I wanted to share with you how I use ultradian rhythms to manage my energy, because you see, it doesn't matter how pretty your planner looks if at the beginning of the day you either have a poor mindset or your energy levels are off. If you just don't feel like doing the work, you might have the discipline to get into it, but why should we rely on discipline and willpower when we can really use our natural rhythms to maximize our work and to get us so much done and be so much more productive? So that's what we're going to talk about today. Stop using willpower, start using your ultradian rhythm. It's more important that you manage your energy levels before you try to manage your time. We all get 24 hours a day. Time is fixed, but energy fluctuates up and down. So you need to be mindful of these things. So let's talk about the ultradian rhythm. I gave you an overview. Basically, it's a 90-minute cycle. So how do we take advantage of this? Well, when we feel ourselves getting that peak energy, take advantage of it. Work during that time. Work for about 90 minutes. When you start to feel that slump, and what are some signs or symptoms of that? Well, signs or symptoms are feeling tired, feeling foggy, feeling hungry, even feeling like you got to go to the bathroom, feeling antsy, like you want to stand up, you need to move. Well, that's a sign, especially if you're a knowledge worker. So if you're working with your brain and not your back, then that's a sign you need a break. But instead of a 5 or a 10-minute break, the optimal is about 20 minutes is what the studies and science has found, the research has found. A 20-minute break allows your body to reset from sitting there, but also allows your brain to reset with the chemicals it needs to recharge so it can go back to thinking, so that your executive function, the part right here that you use for all of that wonderful course creation, coaching, and all of those things, so that it can be refilled and recharged. I never set a coaching appointment for longer than 90 minutes. Most of them are about an hour, so that I have a half hour of follow-up where I can put in notes and things like that. But sometimes I do a 90-minute coaching session, and that's as long as I go. I work in 90-minute blocks. So my schedule, if you look at my planner, it's 90 minutes with about a 20 to 30-minute break sometimes, depending. Like, I'll take a 30-minute lunch. That's one of my breaks. But you take about a 20-minute break, and then I go back to work for another 90 minutes. I do 3 cycles of this. So I really only work about 4.5 hours a day, because I do want to save some of my brain power for my kids and my family and save some of that executive function. So with that being said, so those are some of the signs and symptoms: feeling foggy, feeling tired, feeling distracted. So what should we do on our breaks? Well, here's a good rule of thumb. If you work with your mind, break with your body. If you work with your body, break with your mind. So first of all, if you work with your body, work for about 90 minutes, then give your body a break, because it's the same thing. It's the cycle. It works with your body and your brain. I don't know. I could get into the chemistry of it and everything, but you guys don't care about that. The idea is take a break. And if you work with your body, then read for 20 minutes or do a word puzzle or something like that engages your brain for 20 minutes. Play with a Rubik's Cube, which is a little bit physical too. But if you work with your brain, which most of you that I'm talking to, this is who I'm speaking to specifically: entrepreneurs, course creators, coaches, agency owners. If you work with your brain, break with your body. That means get up, do a chore, go for a walk, even take a nap. That's breaking with your body. I take a nap every day, 20-minute nap every single day. It is scheduled on my schedule as one of my breaks. Eat a small meal. Don't eat a big meal. You don't want to come back even more tired because now your body's focusing on digestion. But eat a small snack. Do something with your body. Do a chore. Walk your dog. Bathe your dog. Go out and weed your garden. Winston Churchill used to take breaks and he would lay bricks. Yeah, Winston Churchill would lay bricks. He used to say about 5,000, that a good day was made up of 5,000 words, typing, in other words, 5,000 words and 100 bricks. So lay some bricks, go do something physical. Then when your break is done, come back and you'll feel refreshed and you can go back to work. So definitely take advantage of these natural cycles. Now, just how do you know when your ultradian, when your 90 minutes starts and when it ends? Well, that's going to take paying a little bit of attention and maybe even tracking on a calendar, kind of tracking what you feel when you feel your highest energy and just getting to work. And then you'll kind of know what your natural rhythm is. By the way, this 90-minute cycle is what happens when you sleep as well. It's what your brain does. So with all of that being said, what you want to do is make sure that you are giving yourself those 90-minute cycles of work and then breaks. This is how you can maximize that 6 hours of brain time that they say we have for working, that executive function that we have for working and playing and all of those fun things and decision making and the things we need to do throughout our day. The last thing that I'd like to say about this is make sure that you also pay attention to your chronotype. So whether you can go to, I think it's sleepdoctor.com. I'm not sure. I've done the test. The quiz, there's a quiz there that'll help you figure this out, what your chronotype is. Are you a bear, a wolf, a lion, or a dolphin? And if you do that, you can learn what your chronotype is, meaning kind of when your natural rhythm of energy is. And in addition to that, so this is the last thing, your body does go through changes and cycles depending on the season, depending on what's going on with your health and all of that. So don't feel bad if during part of the year, your peak energy is earlier in the morning and then the other part of the year, it's later in the afternoon. That's okay. Adjust, make adjustments, be flexible. Okay. But make sure you're following this. All right. One last thing. I promise. This is the last thing. If you'd like to put yourself into a 20-minute ultradian break mode, lay on your right side. Laying on your right side opens the oxygen to the left side of your brain. And for whatever reason, research has just found this to be true, it will put you into a rest cycle. So you can actually reset your ultradian rhythm throughout the day. If, say, you missed one, you got busy, or you're busy with meetings, you can reset it by immediately taking a 20-minute nap laying on your right side. So that way you can reset your ultradian rhythms. I always nap. When I do take my nap, I make sure it's on my right side, so I make sure that I'm resetting and waking up refreshed and renewed. So that is my tip for you today. This is one of the ways that you can stay in flow, one of the best ways that you can maximize your daily rhythm and your productivity. This is a foundation. In fact, this is what I would call the linchpin or the keystone of my entire productivity system, is this ultradian rhythm. Everything flows from it, is based from it, is I don't know, linchpin, keystone, foundation, but the idea, no, purpose is foundation. This is the keystone. This is what's going to make sure that you are able to be as productive as possible. So thanks for joining me today on the Twin Win. I will see you guys later. You have a great day. Let me know below what you think about this ultradian rhythm. Look it up, Google it. I'm not just talking fluff here, as my bulldog would say. I'm not fluffing around. So check it out. We'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for joining me today.